How powerful is a nuclear weapon? Short answer, extremely destructive, enough to destroy whole cities, kill and injure tens or hundreds of thousands of people with a single warhead, contaminate land for years, and, if many are used, change climate and civilization. Here's a clear breakdown of how they do that and why the effects are so large. 1. Yield, how big a bomb is. Nuclear weapons are rated in kilotons, KT, or megatons, MT, of TNT equivalent. Kiloton, thousands of tons of TNT. Megatons or millions of tons. Historical context. The Hiroshima bomb was 15 kilot. That single explosion killed and wounded tens of thousands and flattened much of the city. Modern strategic warheads are usually many times more powerful. Tens to hundreds of kilotons, sometimes megatons. 2. 4 main destructive effects. 1. Blast, overpressure, shockwave. The primary mechanical destruction. Buildings collapse, streets are crushed, people are killed or maimed by flying debris. Blast radius grows with yield. A higher yield weapon destroys structures over many kilometers. 2. Thermal radiation, intense heat, fireball. Causes severe burns and ignites fires over large areas. People exposed without shielding receive lethal burns at distances beyond the immediate blast. 3. Prompt initial, ionizing radiation. Neutrons and gamma rays in the first seconds can cause acute radiation sickness and death within a relatively close radius, usually much smaller than the blast thermal radii for high-yield airbursts. 4. Radioactive fallout. If the bomb explodes near the ground or lofts debris into the air, radioactive particles fall back over hours to weeks and contaminate land, water, and food, causing longer-term sickness and making areas unsafe for years or longer. 3. Typical ranges and outcomes. Very approximate. Small tactical warhead, a few KT. Severe destruction and many casualties inside a radius of hundreds of meters to a kilometer. Significant local fallout if ground burst. Large strategic warhead, hundreds of KT to a few MT. Near total destruction of a dense urban area across multiple kilometers. Fires merge into firestorms. Fallout can contaminate regions tens to hundreds of kilometers downwind depending on weather. Casualties depend heavily on population density, warning, evacuation, building types, and medical capacity, from thousands to millions per detonation in crowded cities. There's wider effects beyond the immediate blast. Healthcare collapse. Survivors with burns, crush injuries, and radiation sickness overwhelm any medical system. Infrastructure loss, power, water, transport, communications, and food distribution can be destroyed for large areas. Long-term health, elevated cancer rates, genetic impacts sometimes discussed, chronic illnesses, psychological trauma. Environmental agricultural impact. Fallout contaminates farmland. In scenarios with many detonations, soot and smoke injected into the atmosphere could reduce sunlight and lower temperatures. Nuclear winter, threatening global food supplies. EMP, electromagnetic pulse. A high-altitude detonation can disable electronics and electrical grids over very large areas without direct blast damage. 5. Important caveats. Exact effects vary a lot with yield, burst height, air burst versus ground burst, weather, wind, geography, time of day, and population patterns. One modern strategic warhead can cause devastation far exceeding the 2 WO2 bombs combined. Multiple detonations would scale damage and create systemic global crises. Please don't forget to subscribe for more original content. Thank you all for viewing.